Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to the video. This time is the Mezco 112 Collective Blade. So, let's get started. If you see my Toy Fair video, you kind of already know what you're getting into, which is pretty dope. If not, you can watch this and then watch the other one, compare, and you know what's going on. Anyway, I want to start by saying this figure is dope because I already knew that from the Toy Fair one. You do get some things that are slightly different, but overall, it is an excellent piece. There is one major gripe I have with it, and I'm going to start off with that right away so I can knock that out. I don't like these half sleeves. I don't like the way that this comes down. I mean, for me, it's either you do the short sleeve or you do the long sleeve, but it's just weird to see him kind of in this half sleeve. And weirdly enough, if you've watched like the first two Blades, Wesley Snipes actually kind of dresses like this, which is, it's so funny, but it's weird at the same time. But it bothers me. It's not something that, maybe it's just me. That is my major gripe, and it's not even that significant, to be honest with you. But one of the other things I want to talk about is the fact that you don't get the bald heads with this release. You get just the hair version of Eric Brooks, aka Blade. So yeah, one of the things I really enjoy about this figure is the fact that it's kind of like this thinner body, which is really dope. It's not Spider-Man exactly, but maybe it is. But I like this thinner body because it has a nice set of articulation. But anyway, let's jump into that. The head can look up, it can look down, it can tilt left and right. It's, you know, general, you can get expressive with it. Obviously he doesn't have his shades on, so he doesn't look that good, but I'm gonna pop some shades on real fast to show you that with the shades on, he actually holds it up pretty well. Like, it can stay on, so it's not really an issue. By the way, he also comes with 4 sets of shades, so you don't have to worry about losing all of them unless you're like a worrisome person that loses all these things. Then you're gonna be in trouble. But he looks absolutely fabulous with the blades, and I mean with the shades, not the blades. Sorry. You also get the tattoo in the back of the head, and you still get the tattoos on the arm. It's just really hard to catch because the sleeves. But overall, still a dope figure. One of the things I want to talk about though is that some people actually get really disappointed because they want a Wesley Snipes blade, but you're just going to get the comic book counterpart. As much as we all would love a Wesley blade, it's just not happening. So this is the closest thing you're getting to one. But anyway, arm articulation comes up really far. Like, it's not hindered by the shirt. So that's one thing I actually really enjoy. And I think I guess the quarter sleeves came in handy because they don't hinder it in any shape or form. Arms are double jointed. There is bicep swivel that rotates actually very easily and very well. So he has my favorite thing, articulation, to the point where you can kind of push them in and cross his arms. Really nice. I enjoy that kind of stuff. Let me actually lift this up a little bit higher. There we go. So, with that being said, you can get your martial arts poses on. You can, body build, do whatever it is you want to do with your blade. As far as the ab crunch goes, it actually goes pretty decently forward, and it rotates left and right really, really well. And then at the lower waist, we actually have a little bit more of articulation. It's actually not Spider-Man level, but it does look really good. When you get your blade, please note that in packaging, his belt would actually come way up here. Don't be worried. You just wiggle it down, and voila. As far as leg articulation goes, it goes pretty far forward. It goes out. It goes back. Legs are double jointed. You actually have a generous amount of ankle pivot to move around and maneuver, kick your opponent with. And side kicks are very easy to do. Now, I'm going to rotate this arm back. So we're going to see about this balance in a second. Now, he can't split up very high, which I would have loved, but he can split pretty decently. And he can pretty much hold his pose. My hand's not on it, so if you want to actually kick your opponent going forward, kick him backwards, all that stuff is very much possible. There's thigh swivel as well, so don't think that there isn't. Yeah. Oh, also, there's a boot rotation as well. So you can rotate at the boot calf. So all in all, Blade has the articulation. He has the comic look, not the Wesley look. And he has the weaponry. There's holsters for his bladed weapons, which I do not know the name of. And somebody told me to, and I totally forgot while I'm recording this. There's a placeholder for the staves, which I'm actually going to get into right now. So let's put Blade up in a decent position. Let's leave you like this, looking kind of cool, right? So Blade comes with an alternative head, and this is really dope. because I like this head a lot. The one thing oh, actually, this is another thing. I like the paint job on the prototype a lot better than this one. I think the skin looked a lot smoother, but it just works out better here. As you can see with the shades on, it looks really good. I like this head a lot. The fanged head is probably my favorite one. Absolutely my favorite one. Then, like I said, you get staves. And this time around, they're actually silver and not red like the Toy Fair exclusive. So you get your silver staves. You get 6 of them. I'm going to just pop those in. And they hold pretty well. Just be careful because they are pointy and they can hurt you. So, not around small children. I would not suggest that. So you can actually leave 3 here, and you can put 3 someplace else for storage. And voila. So then we have the 2 bladed weapons. You get 2 of these. These can actually fold in for storage and place that as hips on the holster. I'm going to just leave one in while you can see the other. Then we have weapons. We have a submachine gun with a removable magazine. This looks really nice. This is also the same weapon that comes with the Toy Fair one. And then you get his shotgun, which again, also comes with no removable magazine, but it looks really nice. This has pump action though. And it has the piece for to hold it. So you can put it around his arm so he doesn't lose it. Someone asked me, can the stakes actually go into the weapon? Technically, no, but technically, yes. So technically, the slot holster there is not large enough, so it stops right there. But it does tend to hold it. So you know what? It fits. You can have a stake shotgun if you want. Pretty cool. Actually, I might put that to good use in the video. I mean, in the photos. Next up, you have Blade's signature weapon, which is his sword. And this time around, you get 1 singular one instead of 2, and it comes with a magnetic holster piece. Now, this can go directly on his back because there is a magnet in there, actually. That's actually pretty tight. The sword in the sheath is actually removable, and you can place it in. Now, one thing before I get to the jacket part is that he looks really good like this. You can rotate it, so it looks sideways, and this magnet is pretty strong while it's on it without the jacket. It gets a little weaker when it's with the jacket on, but he looks really good like this. I like this. Like the quarter sleeve doesn't look as bad when he's posed up, so it's pretty cool. But the coup de grace for everyone is going to be the jacket when I get to that. So let me just cover the hands and the weapons, the rest of the weapons. Now, with the submachine gun, actually, the shotgun, you can actually place the new blast effect, the blast muzzle effect. So you get 1 of these. Then you actually get another, the regular muzzle effect. Then we're going to go to the hands. So these are stake holding hands. These can hold your stakes very easily without any issue. Voila. These also hold the sword as well. So when you're doing anything, grabbing it out of this holster for whatever reason, holds them just fine. Next up, we have trigger fingers. So when you're holding weapons, he can actually dual wield with these. So keep that in mind if you want to get crazy and do some dual wielding. Then we have the trigger finger with the closed trigger finger. This is only for the right hand. We have a martial arts hand, as we've seen once with the Punisher. And now Blade has it as well. You have martial arts karate chopping hands. Just 1 for the right hand. You have this 2-prong hand, and this is normally for, I believe, holding this in a certain fashion, whether it's between the fingers or in between, but it holds it just fine because the fingers are soft enough, so it holds it pretty well when you want it to. It's pretty cool. Then you have 1 more hand with the thumb out. This one also holds staves, but it also can hold the submachine gun or the shotgun a certain way, should you like it to. And this one is definitely for holding it open palmed. Last but not least, I want to go over Blade's jacket. Jacket. This is the iconic thing that Blade is, outside of his glasses, he's pretty much always seen with in some shape or form in the 2000s on, even in the 90s a little bit. But in the 2000s on, he was pretty much always seen with either armor or his jacket. And the jacket actually comes zipped up. So then I'm going to zip it down. And I recommend that you take your hands off your blade when attaching the jacket, because when you try to put it with the hands on, it just will not work. They will get stuck in there, and you'll just have all sorts of issues. So as I put this jacket on, I want to say that they actually wired this jacket in some shape or form, because it definitely holds a flowy pose. Now, where it's wired at, I'm going to say along the zipper. Actually, along the whole front of the jacket. Now, let me just make sure he looks good in it. There's no point putting it on if you're not going to look good in it, right? I love the red inner layer. It's one of my favorite things. I want to put his sword on. So the red inner layer is one of my favorite things. They kept that really close to the movie / comic stuff as they could, at least in my opinion. This jacket is actually really nice, but it's really tight fitting over on the shoulder. So you're going to have some issue at first, because I want to see if it can zip up. So I'm going to try that. Let me just put on any random hand. So yeah, with the jacket on, I think this actually completes the look a lot better. He just looks a lot better like this. Now, the collar I'm going to need to work on. I'm going to pull this up, try to work on some ways. But right now, I'm kind of just in the way. I guess I'm still tampering and learning it. But the jacket can actually sit at a flowing pose. This is one of my favorite things. It means that they're listening to us. They wanted something just as much as we wanted it. And it's a learning curve, because he looks really good here. Now, as far as holding poses, though, let's see. Yep. I think this one is a winner when it comes to holding poses, because the long jacket is still holding, flowing. Let's see if we can get it to hold. Voila. Yeah. This one is a winner in my book. Definitely a winner. I'm with it. I'm 100% with it. With this being like this, it just looks a lot better to me. Yeah. Real quick, I'm going to keep his jacket on. And I'm going to pose him up with my Marvel Legends one and the Toy Fair one, so you guys can get a look at how Blade looks across the board. Some other fashion, right? Let's keep this on. So here he is next to... Oop. I could have caught you, but I didn't. I just kind of watched you fall, so that's my fault. Here he is with his Marvel Legends counterpart. Here he is next to his Toy Fair counterpart, which actually has an extra holster on the right-hand side with a handgun and a different tech shirt, but no jacket. So the jacket is the big difference here. So the jacket can go on either one, and I'm definitely going to need an extra blade because of that. One more thing I forgot to talk about. It's how the jacket holds up still with the magnet on the back. So I want to keep that in mind as well. This is just a fantastic figure. And it shows that it's definitely a learning curve. And I'm enjoying that they are learning from it. Now that I've compared those two, here's what it looks like next to some Marvel Legends. So here he is with Morbius. Here he is with Chameleon. So you can see that he's taller than these guys, but I think it actually still works out pretty well. Next up, we're going to do Mythic Spider-Man and the Marvel Legends Spider-Man, because if you want to get your Saturday morning cartoons on, you know that these guys have definitely teamed up at some point. So with Spider-Man from Mayfex, he is smaller, and as I'm assuming the Marvel Legends will be smaller as well, and absolutely is. But I think it looks really good together. Next up, we're going to do some Mythic Legion vampires, because shout out to my boy Spectacular Batman, who let me borrow his vampires in anticipation for Blade arriving. His Legion Builder ones are going to be really dope against mine, because this was my stand-in Dracula for Mythic Legions. And I think that this will actually work really well together. Really, really well. Next up, John Wick. Get your John Wick on. Mayfex John Wick size-wise to compare to Blade. Sad Keanu, sad. Then we have Camarada Kuga, compare SHF-wise. And we already know SHF is significantly smaller than Mezco 112. I think John Wick actually fits that skill a little bit better. Then we have a synthetic human, or in this case, against Blade, will be a synthetic vampire. An articulated icon ninja, because you can never go wrong with ninjas versus Blade, especially now that he's on the Avengers, so that somehow would happen. Last but not least, up against another Mezco, which is Punisher. And eventually these two are going to have to team up, right? I don't see why they wouldn't. Vampires and Punishers. So one of the things I'm going to try to do from now on is actually compare to other Mezcos, because it looks like Blade is a little bit taller than Punisher. And I'm probably going to do some more pictures at the end, add up some size comparisons, because now the Mezcos are starting to come out in different sizes. So, yeah. In the meantime, guys, I hope you found it informative. I hope that you enjoyed. But most of all, hope you do good, be good, drink your water, guys. Later.